Hey everyone, this is Netflix, and today I'm going to be just showing you guys how I personally play a game of Specter. I do want to make an announcement before I begin, is that I am actually going to be making a Discord server. I will announce when the Discord server is made. So usually what I first do before I start any game is I try to check to see what objectives I have. So I'm going to go and create a server now. I'm going to make it 10 or I'll make it 0. Okay, so I'm gonna wait for people to join in on my server, and people already joined, as you can clearly see. So now I'm gonna set up Insanity. You can only get this by Robux, and I'm also going to be playing on Arcade. Okay, so now I'm going to add some extra items. I always give myself a strong flashlight, and I always make a video camera for myself. And now I'm going to click Ready Up. And now I'm going to start the round. As it's loading, I'm also going to be talking about some techniques that I do use during this game as I'm playing. It is a little bit harder to do with other people playing the game as well with me, since they're going to be using the items as well as myself. If I were you, the first thing I would start out with is an EMF reader. By using the EMF reader, you can be able to find where the ghost is. But I'm going to give the EMF reader to someone else, and I'm going to start with a thermometer. I'm going to get a flashlight, my strong flashlight, and I also picked up the book as well to put down in the ghost room. As you can see, we have objectives on the board. The objectives are to find dirty water in the sink, have someone witness a ghost event, or have an average team sanity of under 10%. Usually the last one is a little bit more difficult to do because there are multiple people, and some people will not want to be inside the building to get low on sanity. As you can see on the bottom of my screen, I do have a sanity watch that also costs Robux. So now that I'm fully loaded in, I'm going to begin by turning on my flashlight and unlocking the door. You can also use your thermometer in order to find the ghost room as well. When you're looking around the room, and trying to find the room with the thermometer, what you want to look for is a decrease in temperature around 3 to 1 degrees, or freezing temperatures, which is negative. I do want to make a note that it's only freezing temperatures when the temperatures are on negative. So right now, as you can see, I can't really see any temperature changes that are significant enough to show that the ghost is inside that room. Sometimes lights on does not always tell you that the ghost is actually inside that room. The ghost can turn on multiple lights and slam multiple drawers. So I just got jump scared during this part, so I did have to step back a little bit. So right now there's freezing temperatures, but the ghost is attacking, so I'm going to quickly drop my item and I'm going to get out of the way. And as you can see, the ghost now just turned off the lights, so that will make it a little bit more difficult as it is a dark area. So obviously, the ghost is heading right towards me, so I'm hoping that my teammates will also move out of the way. But, you know, at this point it's just survival, so I'm sorry if they did die. I did hear one person die, so that's a little bit of a situation. As you can see, my sanity is dropping extremely fast. Ghosts who tend to do this are a Yurei or a demon. So that is important. I'm going to turn up the volume a little bit so I'm able to hear a little bit more about what's going on. Alright, so I'm going to go back into the room now. And what I'm going to do now is I'm going to take my book and I'm going to place it down on the ground. So we already know that we have freezing temperatures. Right there was a bone that counts as extra piece of evidence. So I'm going to go into my journal, and I'm going to put freezing temperatures for evidence found 1. Okay, so now I'm going to let my team know that there's writing and freezing temperatures because the book was written in. I just heard the sound. So now for evidence found 2, I'm going to put writing. So right now I already think it's a Yurei because of the sanity going down very fast. So I'm going to just put orbs down for now and say it's a Yurei. Right now I'm going to try to look for any other items that players might have dropped while they died or just dropped while they were running. So the main item that I'm trying to look for right now is the ghost goggles because I do believe that this is a Yurei. So I'm going to pick up the spirit box though, just in case. And I'm going to go outside, and I'm going to also get the ghost goggles. I'm going to check the objectives quickly. I still have some I need to do. Alright, so now I'm going to go inside, and I'm deciding that I actually am going to show you guys a trick that I know, and it involves the camera. You can use cameras as a wall to prevent the ghost from entering a room, but this trick is not always 100%. That's extremely important to know. So even though it sometimes works, it sometimes does not. So I would not fall back on this. This is like a last ditch effort, if anything. So I'm going to put it right in the front of the doorway, right here. And let's hope that it works. Now I'm looking for ghost orbs. When you're looking for ghost orbs, what you are specifically looking for is a white floating orb, just floating around in the room. But right now I'm also going to look for fingerprints just in case. Usually when you hear knocking on the wall, that's usually the time when you want to look for fingerprints. That's when they usually appear. So fingerprints usually come up when on the windows or on light switches. So I'm going to hope that the camera actually does do its thing, and I'm going to sit in the room. Usually you do not want to do that, but I do have confidence that this camera is placed properly and that it will work. So as you can see below, my sanity is already at -0. So that's pretty scary. And usually a Yurei or a Phantom will drop your sanity. The difference is that a Phantom's will drop your sanity as you look into it. And since I do not personally see the ghost physically near me, I believe that this ghost is a Yurei due to the sanity dropping extremely fast. So once again, I'm going to check for fingerprints. I do not see any fingerprints. And actually what I'm going to do, usually what I do at this stage is I usually check for process of elimination. So it could be a Yurei, or it could be a demon. Obviously fingerprints don't have anything, so it can't be that. And we already have writing, and EMF is none as well. So right now I'm mainly focusing on looking for orbs or a spirit box. So I'm just going to get the spirit box just in case. I'm also going to fix the camera because the ghost did move it by slamming the door. I want this camera to be in the same position where it was before that prevented the ghost from coming in. So I'm going to put it right in front of the door again. And I'm going to go and get that spirit box. Now, something to remember about this game is that it is better when you do play with people, but I personally prefer playing by myself or with people I know well, and people who are able to talk in the chat. So I just picked up the spirit box, and now I'm going to go back into the room with the ghost. And what I'm going to try to do is I'm going to try to get the ghost to communicate using the spirit box. By doing this, you ask questions like, are you here? Where are you? Are you male? Are you female? Okay, so the ghost is hunting again. You know when the ghost is hunting when the lights start flickering, your flashlights and lights that are turned on. Obviously, since the ghost burnt out the lights before, I'm going to trust that the camera is going to keep me safe because it did last time. And I'm going to drop the spirit box on the ground and ask it some questions. You make sure that you turn on the spirit box before you ask the questions and drop it on the ground. So right now I'm asking, are you here? Where are you, to the ghost? You can also say hello. You can ask the ghost, are you male? Are you female? So right now I'm going to turn on my goggles again, and I'm still looking for the orbs because I'm almost 99% certain that this is a Yurei. The ghost did ruin the camera positioning, so I'm going to quickly fix the camera positioning right now. And I'm going to go back to looking for orbs. Again, I'm looking for a tiny white orb floating around in the sky. Sometimes it takes a while for you to find orbs. You can also look for orbs and ask the ghost questions at the same time, hence why I say put the box down on the ground and turn it on. You can also, this way other people can also ask the ghost questions, and it will still speak to you even though it's on the ground. So multiple people can ask the ghost questions. So right now I'm looking around for orbs. You can also ask the ghost if you could show orbs, and right there at the at the really edge of the camera, I did see an orb. Very quick though. So now I know that the ghost is in fact a Yurei, as my deduction proved. So now I am going to try to get out of and the ghost is hunting, so unfortunately I cannot do that, and he is right there. So I'm going to run the other way. Since my sanity is down very low now, unfortunately that does mean that the ghost will hunt a lot more. Luckily this ghost does not seem particularly fast like a djinn is, so I'm going to quickly try to collect the extra piece of evidence. I do remember that it said dirty sink in the water, and I do want extra money. So I'm going to quickly go to the bathroom right now, and I'm going to quickly, and the ghost is hunting again. So I'm going to try to get out. Oh, nope, I accidentally slammed the door on my face. Okay, so there he is right there. So I'm going to run the other way. Usually the best thing to do when the ghost is hunting is to run it around in circles. Try to keep as much distance as possible. Use objects to run around if possible. So I'm going to keep running. And now that I found the dirty tap water, I'm going to get out of the building as soon as possible, because I do believe that all of the objectives are done. For the team sanity one, if people do die, then it's only your sanity that counts. And since I am in -0 right now, which is not physically possible, I'm going to be getting that objective complete. So now that the ghost has stopped hunting, I'm going to get out. And something that I always like to do before I end the round is I like to ask people in the chat if they have everything down. I usually like to mention all the evidence so everyone has it written down, so everyone can earn points and money for the hunt. So as you can see right now, I'm typing out that the ghost is a Yurei. And if they ever do have any questions about what evidence counts as a Yurei, usually what I do is I usually tell them to look in their journal, because all the ghosts will be listed in the book. Alright, so now that the round has ended, we can see if if a Yurei was indeed the correct choice. So clearly Yurei was the correct choice. I earned money, and I earned XP for that. The ghost hunted a total of 5 times, and it took 10 minutes and 12 seconds to be able to find the ghost. So there we go. And I have completed 1 out of the 3 objectives that I needed to complete. Thank you so much for watching this video, and I really do hope that you guys have a nice time. See you in the next video.